Hello, billionaires. Hello, billionaires. You are shy to be billionaires. And me calling you future billionaires, you are shy. All right. So, first of all, my name is Sats. They call me Big Sats. Hustle. So, today, I'm going to teach you how you can create your own startup idea. You know, in our previous sessions, we start with entrepreneur mindset and identifying problem, identifying opportunities in the second session. And today, we are in session 3, that's creating your startup idea. So this is what I'm going to teach you. So I have 3 companies, the Hacksats, which I founded it in 2018, and when I was in my final semester in studying computer science at Adamawa State Polytechnic, Yola. So, and the company started as a tech community, and today we later become social enterprise, and today we become a tech innovation company. And yeah, we are big now. We are international. So building a startup is something really nice. So I also founded a company last year, 2015, called Zero Motivation Limited. Who wants to work at Zero Motivation? Who wants to build at Zero Motivation? So you want to build at motivation. Entrepreneurship journey is full of zero motivation. So the only motivation you have when building a startup is zero motivation. But you have to keep on going. Then you become the motivation to the world. So Zero Motivation deals with media. It's a media solution company. Then my last company, not last, sorry, I can say my third company is Kugal. Kugal is a platform for hiring. Yes. And I founded it last year, December. Yeah, and it was launched this year. It was launched this year, 2026. So, are you happy this morning?
Yes, sir.
All right. Are you motivated or zero motivated? All right. So, if you want to solve problems in the world and you want to make money, become millionaire or billionaire, you need to build startup. You need to create value. If you look at Amazon, Jeff Bezos, he started Amazon, right? He don't own the product. He just built a system that people sells the product, right? And he became one of the richest man in the world some years back, and still now he's a billionaire. So the world only reward you based on the value you created. Yes, life is unfair, it's unpredictable, yes. But when you create value, it pays you. If your startup is paying you 10,000 naira monthly, that's the value you create. If your startup paying you millions of naira, or company paying you millions of naira, that's the value you created. And the world will reward you favorable. Then if you look at Mark Zuckerberg, Mark, the CEO of Meta, who founded Facebook, is a billionaire, right? Yes. And he owns a company, he's a king of social networks, platforms that people connect, business has opportunity to market. A lot of people don't know that Facebook is an academy or school or institution. Facebook became my first academy. That's where I learned cybersecurity in my first career in technology. Yeah, I met a mentor from Pakistan called Walid Jut. He mentored me, and you today, you are lucky you have physical mentor, someone that will talk to you for years. And up to today, I've never seen him. Yeah, but I always see him on Facebook. So I join groups that deals with based on what I'm interested in. So in Facebook, you can find a lot of pages that teaches what you are interested in, and you find groups that you can join to meet other people that are interested in what you're interested. That's really great. Yeah. So those people sacrifice, they take risk, they create value, and today the value is paying them, is rewarding them. They redeem the rewards. They are billionaires today, and the journey is not easy, as you see in the movies. Yeah. So, if you look at Elon Musk, the world richest man, the most richest man in the world too, he takes risks. He built so many companies, and today he's the richest man in the world. Right. So they all started as a startups founders like you, and today, after some years, the world is rewarding them, and everybody is happy with them. In one way or the other, you are using their solution, right? Okay, so this is the recap for today. What problem are you solving? This is very important. What problem are you solving? Yes. So this is the question you need to ask yourself. Before you start a startup, this is the first thing. What problem am I solving? If you want to start catering services, what problem are you solving? There is a lot of people doing catering. Then what are the pain points that you are solving? Right? All right. Because there is no idea that is totally new in this world now. If you think your idea is new, you are hiding it, try searching it on Google. You see millions or thousands of people that have done it. Yeah. So some problems you can just provide the solutions. It's already been solved. So all you need is to improve the solution to meet the customer's needs. So if you look at, they have great companies. Sorry, they're not startup, like MoneyPoint, OPay. We are all using it, right? And this too, Flutterwave. Then, so this is just like a simple example written here. As you can see, I am designed to solve the problem of information overload and accessibility by providing fast, accurate, and synthesized answers to users' queries, helping to save time and enhance productivity. My goal is to transform complex, fragmented data into clear, actionable knowledge. So this is the problem that he's solving. So you in your startup, what problem are you solving? Example, at Hacksat, the problem we are solving is providing skills, talents. We are building a talent pipeline. We are building talents. At Google, what problem are we solving at Google? Hiring. A platform that directly connects job seeker with employers, and employers with talent, with job seekers. Then at zero motivation, what problem are we solving? When you Google about the North, what you see is terrorism, insecurity, poverty, and so on. Then politics. But do we have businesses, successful businesses? Do we have innovations here in the North? Do we have it? We have it. Community services happening, community development, businesses, the techs that we are doing. Why is it not on internet when you Google? Because internet use the information that it was fed off. So, media, the problem we are solving is media. We want to talk about what the other medias don't want to talk about it. We want to feed the internet with the information that is supposed to be there. If we can have insecurity there, then we need to have innovations there. We need to publish stories of the young founders, startups that we are, the solutions that we are providing, the the innovations that we are doing that is happening, the businesses and the opportunities here, right? So that's the problem. So I'm going to ask you, what problem are you solving? Yes. Then startup idea structure. This is how the startup idea structure works in. First, you start with problem. So, what is startup idea? It's a solid startup idea structure centers on solving a specific painful problems or problem for a clear defined customer segment. In your business, you can't target everybody to be your customer, but you can target one particular segment. Example now, you want to start a fashion industry or fashion design. You can decide, okay, is it for adults or kids? Is it for males or females? Are we together? You can pick one to focus on. If you like, you can pick both, but picking one to focus on will give you more success than picking a lot, like many of them. Instead of you to focus, then you get confused because we are dealing with different type of customers. Are we together? If a woman, you know, okay, these women, your target customers are women. When you are marketing, advertising, you want to sell, are women. If kids. Are we together? Yes. So, and also startup idea structure is a key ingredient, include a unique advantage, that's solution, a validated target market, and a simple, repeatable revenue model, often summarized initially in a business model canvas. So business model canvas is just like a board, you know, for your business, that channels show how your business channels operate. Your resources, your target customers, channels of advertisement or communication with your customers, and more. Every startup must have these 4 startup idea structure. If you want to be successful, you must have it. Number 1 is problem. What problem are you solving? Then number 2 is solution. The solution that you are providing. And number 3 is customers. Who are your target customers? Then number 4 is value. The value you created. In our opportunity formula, we talk about the value, right? Problem plus solution times execution is equal to opportunity, right? Yeah, that's P plus S plus bracket times E is equal to O. So these are the startup idea structure. Do you understand? All right. Define your problem. Define your problem. So defining problem is a problem involves creating a clear, concise, and measurable statements that distinguishes facts from opinions and identifies the roots, causes, stakeholders, and the impacts. These foundational steps ensure the actual issues is addressed rather than a symptom, focusing on what is happening, why it matters, and who is affected. That's example, like the way you can see. Students cannot find affordable study materials. That's defining your problem, which is stage 1 in startup idea structure, right? That's the problem. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
All right. Then we can go to the stage 2, right?
Yes.
Define your solution. What is a solution? A solution is a method, answer, or action that resolves a problem, difficult or equation, right? It acts as the key to overcoming a challenge, providing a clear path and forward. So, example of the solution is an online platform to share study notes. If you look at the problem definition here, students cannot find affordable study material, right? Materials. Then the definition of the solution, that solution to that problem, an online platform that share study notes or materials. That's the learning resources students need. The question is, are you going to charge them or you are giving them for free? You can provide a platform. It can be a mobile app. You can turn it to a mobile app whatsoever. Do you understand? So your problem and the solution. Then identify your customers. That's stage 3. After you define the problem, you define the solution, then now who are the target customers? Now if you talk about students, materials, you know your target customers are students, right? So it depends on the student's level. Maybe the student, is it high schools or is it university students? Are we together? Okay, identifying your customers. This is very important in business or building startups. 1, identify your ideal customers involve analyzing demographics, example like age, income, and location. Age, income, and location. If you remember, when I give you examples with fashion design, I talk about gender, male or female, right? And your location matters, where you want to do the business. Maybe you want to target the people that are around you, right? Then age, are you doing it for kids or adults? So that's very important. If you go to market, you see there is some shops that sells only kids products, right? And there is some that sell only babies products, and there is some that sell adults only products, right?
Yes, sir.
So that's how it works. Then Psychographics like value, interest, and behavioral data to understand who gains the most value from your products. Number one, so identifying your customer need, define your customer by solving their specific pain points, reviewing existing sales data, that's information, and creating detailed customer profiles to tailor marketing efforts effectively. Let's take an example. You start a startup and you start selling, let's take an example now. You start selling both the kids and the adults, both male and female. So when you get this data, the sales data, you review it, then you see, okay, how many adults purchase from your business. You understand. Maybe the kids one, the adults, male or female adults, let's say female adults, the product used to finish faster than the rest. They're showing you that your customers, when you come to marketing, then you can market more, you can put your strength more on the females, adults products. Are we together?
Yes.
Okay. Customers are the people who will use your solution. I used to ask a lot of people these questions. Entrepreneurs in entrepreneurship event, what makes a business? This is the question I used to ask them. Then I'll ask you again. What makes a business?
The presence of customers.
Presence of customers. Moses. Who again want to try?
The value.
The value. Who again?
The solution.
Solution. Yeah. Problem, opportunities. Yes. So what makes a business is simple. You are seeing the answer. Paying customers. Paying customers. If customers did not pay, how will the business grow? Zero, right? So that's why this is what makes a business, paying customers. No matter how good your product is, if you don't have customers, you are not going to become successful. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right. So example, I say these resources, example is like secondary school students. The way I tell you, it can be a university student. It depends on your problem definition. Are you together? Like Aisha talk about solar. Our problem definition is lack of power, right? Power stability. Then solution definition, that's providing solar power, right? For power stability, right? Then who are customers? She needs to identify her customers. She can't go to people that cannot afford a small NEPA bill and tell them buy solar. Right? If you look at now, there is solar fans. There is rechargeable fans. There is solar fans that you can put it in. Since God bless us here in Adamawa, Yola, with a sunshine, so people use that. And in that you on it, you'll be enjoying it. Whenever the charge has finished, you put it in solar again, sunshine. Are we together? Why? They bring those portable fan that you can take it, go anywhere you want to go with it. Because not everybody can afford to power all their houses with solar, right? So this, maybe the company that is producing it, they find people complain from feedback. If we can have fun that we can charge it and put it in our pocket and walk everywhere we want to go, then the solar, it will be possible. Since we can have portable ATM machine, that's the POS machine we are using, then still we can have all these things. You understand? So that's customer feedback and customers. You can take fan to Gembu, you want to sell, Sardauna local government in Taraba state. where they don't have heat. Weather is always cold. You need jacket all the time. You can't take that solar fan to Switzerland. Right? Okay. So did you understand identify your customers, knowing your customers? So like we at Hackside, you are our customers. So value proposition. A value proposition is a clear statement explaining how a product or service solves customer problems, delivers specific benefits, and distinguishes itself from competitors. So it focuses on why a customer should choose your offering, highlighting unique value such as save time or money rather than just features. That's your value proposition. We are drinking pop cola, right? Yes. But there is Coke. Why should I stop taking Coke and buy pop cola? They all have their advantages. You understand? So when you build a business, there is already people that are already successful in that business. So why people should trust you that you are starting as a startup and buy your product or rely on your product and leave the one that they are using for a very long time and years. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
So why is your solution better than the rest or the competitors? Example, you can say it's cheaper. Everybody wants something cheaper and qualitative, faster, easier. Have you ever seen Japan adverts that talks about quality? Have you ever seen adverts? They are advert like saying this thing is qualitative, this product. But why? How do we used to take Japan products are qualitative? The product talks for itself, right? So this is how your value proposition is supposed to be. Cheaper, faster, easier. Why did I build Cougar? It's faster to get job, cheaper. They don't charge you as it's cheaper. All you need is you just go to www.cougaljobs.com. Sign up an account free. As a job seeker, you don't need to pay anything. For now, even the employers don't pay. We do not start charging them. But it's faster. You can see a lot of jobs you can apply without, even if you don't have your CV with you. Then easier. Very simple. You see a lot of jobs. You can pick the one that is okay for you. You can have your tracking ID. Even if you don't have your phone with you, if you have that tracking ID, you can visit it in browser without even logging in and put it, and you see your application process. So why? You need to know this, why your solution is better than the rest. Then this is a class activities, classwork that you are going to work on. Complete this sentence. My startups helps solve by . Yes, you complete it. Yes. If you like, don't complete it now, just write it, then the classwork time, then you can complete it. So, and this is assignments for you. Write a short description of your startup idea. Write a short description of your startup idea. So with this, you can say we are done with today's session. So is there any question? Shekina, Aisha, Fidelia, right? Moses, Wisdom, and a lot of you. Yeah. The rest of you. So if there is no questions, so I wish you all the best. Thank you.